Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you today. And look, I think Japan said it best. All right. Jokic is a wagon. Absolutely, he's a wagon. My name is Alan Bell. This is Bradley Jacobs, also known as Bradley Betts. Brad, how we doing, buddy? You doing all right?
Doing great, AB. We had UCL football yesterday. We got UCL football again today. Europa League tomorrow. MLS league play this weekend. As I say a lot, but say it again. It's a great time to be a footy better.
It is a great time to be a footy better. Look, we've got Mel's in the chat here. Good morning, crew. AB and Brad, the minister of culture. Mel, so good to see you. All right. Now, as we always do, before we look forward, take a look back at how we did yesterday here, and I'll pull this full screen. We go 1-1 on the Atlanta Braves. Ozzie Albies comes through again for us. 2+ bases, -120. Marcell Ozuna, over 2.5 hits, runs, the RBIs. No, he does not. Now, we had some questions in the chat in regards to tracking home runs. Yesterday, not bad. Aaron Judge hits a bomb. Kyle Schwarber hits a bomb. Kyle Manzardo hits a bomb. Yesterday was a tremendous weather day in Major League Baseball, and absolutely good to see it because it definitely helped us big. So that is what we have in regards to yesterday's plays. Now, if everybody could hit the like button for us, I promise. Well, we won't ask you for anything else, but it is absolutely massive. If you're watching on your phone, pull the screen down, hit like, pull it right back up. Be absolutely big for us. Sure do appreciate it. But you know what, Brad? Hey, if somebody can't, you're welcome to. We ain't gonna bug them at all. All right, now let's get into our picks for today, and I'm gonna throw it over to you, my boy. Lead us off. Well, actually, hold on. First, we got to do the Howie Schwab crew play of the day. All right. You got 2 NBA games. Where you going? Okay. Warriors +4.5 or the Rockets -4.5. Are you going to go over to the Timberwolves +5.5? Do they close the Lakers out? Lakers -5.5 at home. Poll is in the chat. Vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show. Okay. Now we can get to the picks. Brad, lead us off, buddy. What you got?
Yes, sir. We're headed to this afternoon matchup in the lower English leagues, English League One to be specific, in a matchup between Mansfield and Peterborough, over 2.75 at -140. Why are we looking at this matchup specifically? Well, this is I guess you'd say a relegation battle. Both of these teams come right around that relegation line. So both teams are going to want to be playing hard here down the stretch. In the last few matches of the league this season, Mansfield come in scoring in 80% of their last 32 at home. Above 4 out of every 5 matches they're scoring, and they're actually scoring a lot specifically against their matchup today, Peterborough. They've scored 2+ in 3 straight matchups against them. Really important. They've conceded now in 96% of their last 25. That is 24 out of 25. There's only 1 match in their last 25 they haven't conceded, and they've conceded a lot. They're conceding regularly, 2+ in 6 straight matches, 3+ in 4 straight league matches coming into it, and they're the 4th highest conceding team in the entire league. Both teams to score over 2.5 coming in above 70%. You want to see that. Peterborough on the opposite end. 17 of their last 19 league matches they've scored. That's 90%, so very similar to that home team. Also, they concede 42 of their last 48 in the league. That is 88%. So both teams trending in that conceding number around 90%. Really important because in order to get to 2.5, you most likely would like to hit that both teams to score. But Peterborough, they have now conceded in the 3rd most in the entire league all season at 1.7 goals per match. You love to see how often they're conceding. Both teams to score over 2.5, both trending, especially in their matchup history. In 3 straight matches, they've hit over 2.5 goals. They've only played 3 matches, and in 2 out of those 2 with Mansfield at home, they hit both teams to score. They hit over 2.5, and they hit over 3.5 goals. So today we're going in for that Mansfield Peterborough over 2.75 at -140.
I love it. And look, it's 2 teams I can pronounce too. All right. I like it, man. That's good luck right there. A couple questions in the chat here. Goat says, AB, did they walk Marcell Ozuna? No, they did not. He went 0 for 5 last night, which is really surprising because pretty much everybody else for the Braves was letting it rip. I'll tell you somebody for the Braves who's letting it rip right now is Michael Harris. You want to take a look at somebody who the books may not be paying full attention to. Yeah, him right there, man. Absolutely getting all over it. Now, let's see. Big Zach Phelps, milestone, little off been here since day one. Yeah, buddy. Congrats, man. And obviously, man, thank you for everything. Brian said Yankees over 1.5 home runs hit by the second batter last night. That's right. The Yankees hit 4 home runs in the first inning. If you would have parlayed the first 4 hitters for the Yankees hitting a bomb, I think $10 would have paid out like 9,000. Like crazy, right? Melody said Nikola Jokic is just trying to get this done quick so he can get home. Oh my God, that's so funny. The guy's like, yeah, I know, I'm too good, I can't quit, but I just want to go home, get back on the farm. Oh man, Big Jared said, good morning, crew, back from week-long hunting trip, ready to get after it. Jared, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you indeed, man. Let's see. Reed, for what it's worth, the rookie starting for the Astros today has given up 9 home runs so far in AAA this season. I'm wondering out loud if a Tiger to go the yard might be worth a look. Absolutely, and I'm going to give you another reason why it might be worth a look as well. Little Al, good morning to all running late. Let's all hit that like button. If you know, you know. Absolutely, that like button would definitely help. Definitely help, man. So I appreciate it. Scott, what up, bro? Good to see you, man. All right. So I've got 3 plays started so far. Now, again, we'll be live today, 3 p.m. Eastern, normal time as we always are. But to get it started, number 1, Braves, over 1.5 home runs at minus 105. The Braves have been doing this really without home runs, right, against Colorado. Now, we don't have like crazy great weather in Colorado. It's not bad at all, but there's no, massive reason like we did yesterday when we went crazy in regards to it, right? But what we're going to go with here, okay? Braves over 1.5 home runs, and I hate to say it, but the Rockies pitcher is a guy named Chase Dollander, okay? He pitched at Tennessee. We love Dolly, okay? Dolly Parton, we love him. But Chase Dollander might have him a tough night tonight, all right? Going up against Chris Sale of the Braves, yeah. It could be an interesting one tonight. Yeah, and as Randall said, man, Sean Murphy finally figured out how to swing his bat. When Sean Murphy's getting rips off of you consistently, yo ass in trouble. All right. So we're going to go the Braves over 1.5 home runs. The Royals and the Rays over 8. This is a game that no one's paying attention to at all. And I'm going to show you here in a minute that if you wanted humidity back in Major League Baseball, you got it tonight. Now, you got decent pitching matchup here. But again, this is a summer game, weather conditions for humidity, and I think that both the Royals and the Rays are going to get hits, and we can get ourselves a very attainable number here at over 8. And then finally, Luka Doncic. That's a Luka Doncic. All right, we're going over 3.5 threes at minus 120 because is this it? Is this the final game for the Lakers tonight? They're at home. They're 5.5-point favorites, but they're down 3-1 in the series. All right. And it would be bad luck for us not to play Luka. All right. And not to mention, he didn't really have a great game last time. So we're going to roll with it over 3.5 threes at minus 120. So what do we think? Do we think Luka goes off tonight? Do the Lakers get closed out or they stay alive?
They're staying alive tonight, personally. I saw that last absolute fold down the stretch by the Lakers last time out. What they were doing was very interesting, right? So Minnesota would push them real high into that pick and roll. LBJ, Luka, mostly Luka, ball dominant, throwing that double team at him. So he was forced to kick that ball and was always going to the corner. Reeves, Dorian Finney-Smith, all those guys were eaten from, at least from attempts wise, from the 3. So I think if I'm going to attack anything, it would be some of those other guys from the 3-pointer.
Nice. Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. Dude, those guys could shoot. And, the fact that Rui's 6'8", that doesn't hurt either. But I'm with you.
Sub, right?
They didn't sub it. That's what happened. So in the second half of game 4, yeah, Redick didn't take out any of the starters. The entire second half.
40-year-old LBJ.
Yeah. And Luka, who's not exactly known as a cardio man. Yeah, I know. It was fascinating, man. Robert, good morning, buddy. Late made to show. Lakers minus 1.5 points as a leg in a banger, man. Hey, it's good to see you, buddy. Absolutely good to see you. Andrew said, if it's a game in the fourth quarter, just force LeBron to make plays. Old boy sucks in the fourth quarter. Boy, he doesn't want to take that last shot, does he? He's never been like that in his career. I noticed, dude, when it came down to the end, he was over there in the corner. Hey, Dalton Connect, play this man. Oh, my God. The guy can shoot. Oh, man. All right. So those are our picks. We'll get back to those here in just a second. But like we said, we do have the NBA tonight. All right. So here's what we got. All right. 2 games, potential closeouts in both. Warriors and the Rockets. All right. Golden State leads the series 3-1, but they are on the road. Rockets 4.5-point favorites, a total of 203.5. And then second game tonight, Timberwolves at the Lakers. Timberwolves lead the series 3-1, but are on the road. All right. Lakers 5.5-point favorites, a total of 209.5. So, Brad, I throw it over to you. Like, not that you have to make some official pick or anything like that, right? But the first question is this. All right. Do the Warriors knock out the Rockets on the road, or do the Rockets stay alive?
I think the Rockets stay alive, but I'm not sure if they cover this 4.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And then same question. All right, Lakers, do they stay alive? Now they're at home, right? Same deal as the Rockets. Lakers 5.5-point favorites. Or does Minnesota put them out?
I think that the Lakers are going to limp over this 5.5. It's probably going to be 3-4 points at the end, maybe a cheap little foul as Minnesota's going for the ball. But I think they're going to just slightly cover 5.5.
All right, there we go. And the reason why I asked that, okay, and everybody in the chat, like, drop your thoughts, picks, spreads, totals in regards to these games. Drop them in there because exactly what you just said, Brad. All right, closeout games in the playoffs alone are difficult. Closeout games on both sides, you talk about spreads, it can get very difficult. That's why we've got 3 parlays, and we're going to play a game here, my man. All right. So you see in the middle here, okay? Elevated up. This is your standard, okay? Both teams stay alive. Rockets win the game. Lakers win the game. Plus 120. Now jump over to the left. Golden State Warriors, okay? Leading in the series, but get points. Plus 4.5. So they don't necessarily win the game, but they cover plus 4.5. Same deal with the Timberwolves. Plus 5.5. Again, doesn't mean that they win the game, but you're getting 5.5 points. Why not take it? Those two together is plus 256. And then finally on the far right, okay, Timberwolves close the series out. Just win the game, no spread. Warriors close the series out. Just win the game, no spread. Plus 623. Brad, which one looks good to you here?
Man, I mean, that 623 number looks quite appetizing. I mean,
Yeah.
The Lakers, not that great. This is the Warriors, right? This is the Warriors versus the Rockets and the Wolves, who have been kind of beating up the Lakers, especially down the stretch. So if the Lakers don't get off to a hot start, I don't know, that defense. I mean, that 623 looks good. I know I did just say that I think the opposite happens, but man, does that number look pretty good. I would take that 623.
Yeah, it's solid. I know, right? And it's going to keep going down. Look, Andrew just posted it. It's now 584 on DraftKings. So, yeah, it's gonna go down throughout the day. I'm going to go with the far left here. Plus 256. Give me the Warriors plus 4.5. They don't have to win the game. They can, but I'll take 4.5 points. And give me the Timberwolves plus 5.5. Again, they don't have to win the game, but I'll take. You're going to give me 5.5 points with them? I'll absolutely take it. And at plus 256, like I like it more than the plus 120. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm going to play, that plus 256. Now, Jason in the chat is speaking my language. Can't we play the 2 on the right and still be profitable? Yes, you can. Now, you gotta hit it, but yes, you can. Well, you've got to adjust it a little bit because you're gonna need the one in the middle to be at least plus 200, a little bit more. So there's some adjustment need to be made, but what you're talking about, yes, you'll just have to play around a little bit. You're gonna have to take a risk on a spread or something.
You
But
could structure your units.
yeah, you can. You could do that too. But there's a way. However, yeah, I mean
It's pretty close. Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna have to play around with it. But yeah, I think I think for this exercise here, I'm gonna go plus 256, man. Like that's the way, yeah, that I'm going to look at it. Z Money said, joining late. Who schedules a 10 o'clock meeting? Blocking out the calendar next Wednesday. Busy, bro. Let me say this, dude. I used to get in trouble at CBS because I would never schedule meetings. And they were like, look, you have to have meetings with your teams. And I was like, I talk to everybody throughout the day. Like, no one wants a meeting. They're like, you need to have meetings. Nope. I was like, you're going to have to come yell at me again or something. I hate meetings, dude. Absolutely hate them. I hate them. I can't stand them, man. Are you a big meeting guy, Brad?
Absolutely not. I love that we meet 3 times a week at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Yes. Yes. Like, dude, we'll figure it out. Like, we'll figure it out. I got it. Dude, I hate meetings. I will immediately zone out. And like, even if I'm the leader on the meeting, dude, I'll turn my camera off. Yeah, I'm good. Oh my goodness, man. All right. So those are our parlays. We'll break down player props 3 p.m. Eastern today in regards to the NBA. But again, don't want to do it too early because things can change. We've seen that in the NBA. But what doesn't change is the MLS coming up this weekend. So, Brad, I'm going to throw it over to you, buddy. What do we need to know preparing ourselves? I'm a novice, like getting myself ready for the MLS this weekend, right? What do I need to be looking at right now?
Well, it depends on what you're looking to bet. So specifically, I like to look in the goal market. I think it helps me give a good guide. Even if I was looking at MLs, that goal market can kind of dictate where I would go with my bets. But let's take a quick little holistic look from the top of the top scorers, top conceders right here on the board back here. We got top 5 goal scorers and top 5 goal conceders. And there's really one team specifically that hits both sides, and that's San Jose. They've been popping this season. Same defense as last season, same play style as last season, but they've added some solid attackers. You like to see that in a very similar way to the way Portland plays. A nice, open, free-flowing football. They want to score goals. There's a matchup this weekend, between 2 of those top 5 right here on this list of goals scored, and one of those is on the goals conceded. And then you look at the bottom. Those 2 teams also appear in the total goal market. So there's going to be one match specifically that I'm going to be looking at on Friday, and it's on this board. So take a screenshot and get excited for our pick coming on Friday. But with the MLS, we are just starting to kick into gear. You're starting to see a lot of these teams, as I mentioned in the last stream, really get their feet underneath one another and start to see those patterns of play. You have good offensive teams, you have some good defensive teams, and then you have some good teams overall. And then you have some absolute terrible teams that you want to fade nonstop. And we'll talk a little bit more about that on Friday. But take a look at the schedule, take a look at this list, and you'll see one matchup specifically that's going to be glaring right at you.
Look at the big brain on Brad. Well done, buddy. Well done indeed, man. I like it. I'm down to get down on the MLS. Like jumping in big. You know what I mean? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Now, what'd you say? Go ahead. Sorry.
I said, absolutely. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all for it, man. All right. Now, I'm also for some baseball. Okay. So let's jump into Major League Baseball. Actually, let's hit the picks again real quick for anybody who may came in late. Go ahead and hit it first. What you got?
We're going to that English League One matchup this afternoon. Raymond James, make sure that you know it's English League One. That is the 3rd tier of English football in a matchup between Mansfield and Peterborough. We're taking the over 2.75 Asian total at -140. 3 goals gives us a half cash. 4 goals cashes us in full.
There we go. I'm on the Braves over 1.5 home runs against the Rockies. I'm on the Royals and the Rays over 8. And then, oh boy, Luka Doncic over 3.5 threes at -120. Now, you got a question here in the chat from Japan. Brad, is it smart to bet every game, both teams to score?
Not even at all this season, which is crazy to say. Last season, I would have said drop every team into a round robin every single week because they're just scoring and they're just conceding. But thus far, through the beginning part of this season, you can't really say that. The correlating factors between both teams to score and over 2.5 aren't necessarily 1v1. You're seeing the total goal market come in a lot more than the both teams to score. You had multiple 3-0, 4-0 victories. You had teams who are shooting that 3 goals, and then you'll have a team score for that both teams to score to hit the both teams to score. But if you're already on that 2.5 or 2.75 and you get to 3 goals, that both teams to score then cashes you in full instead of just cashes your bet. So make sure that you're looking at the right plays between the right teams. Not everything is a both teams to score. You may think it looks like a both teams to score, but it may not be. Just like yesterday's match in the UCL final between Arsenal and PSG. PSG came in flying, right? Arsenal, home favorite. You expect them to score. They're at home. They score regularly. PSG, away, they concede regularly. PSG scored in the 4th minute, pressed them throughout the first, allowed Arsenal to then build into the game. Had a goal disallowed, then went to halftime. PSG kind of sat a little deep, let Arsenal play the football, pushed forward, and then tried to counter. You saw them have multiple chances, but couldn't finish. So in top matches like this, expect complacency, expect misses. It's just such a big moment for a lot of these players that it's almost too big. And you saw that for Gabriel Martinelli. You saw that for Leandro Trossard in those misses yesterday, those game-changing misses that could have brought Arsenal back in the game, didn't allow PSG to continue on. And maybe that could be a similar story today in that match, UCL afternoon match between Barcelona and Inter Milan. We had multiple people in this chat ask about this match. How could you not? It's this leg one of the semifinals in the UCL. Absolutely wonderful. And for those who are unfamiliar with the Champions League, it's, in a loose term, the Super Bowl of the world of football. So you're going to get these top teams playing each other. We are now in that, the conference championships, or the bottom or top 4 are playing one another. Leg one today. And when you have these type of fixtures, you just don't really get what you always see. Barcelona, they are an over 2.5 team through and through. They've hit it in above 75% of their last 45 matches. That is quite insane. Taking on an Inter Milan squad who's really been a bogey team for a lot. They're actually conceding now in 9 straight matches. However, some of that could be because all their mind and their soul and their fight is looking ahead at this Barcelona match. So we don't necessarily know what to expect in the afternoon UCL match because it's so just difficult. Both teams are amazing teams. And not even just that, is today you're really getting an antithesis of styles, right? So you're getting that Barcelona who's going to be running and gunning. There is no plan B for Barcelona. Plan A, it's attack. It's get the ball forward, through the middle and around, overload, and then get those numbers into the box, create it wide, isolate the defenders, especially those outside backs for Inter Milan, and create chances. But Inter Milan knows that. They're going to be sitting in deep, and they're going to be looking to counter with Marcus Thuram or Lautaro Martinez. Don't know who they're going to be playing just yet, but expect this afternoon Barcelona to attack constantly, nonstop, and then expect Inter Milan to sit deep and hit them on the counter. Who's going to win in that battle? That remains to be seen. But there's also another AFC or another Champions League match that most of you guys are probably not looking at. The AFC Champions League match in Asia. Yesterday's AFC Champions League match was an absolute thriller. 2 of the top Saudi teams, Al Hilal taking on Al Ahly. Al Ahly scored first, got another one, was absolutely dominant before Al Hilal scored. Then an early red card in that second half pushed that match into something that makes it very difficult. And what I say all the time, and a lot of reasons why we take these Asian totals, is it gives you a safety net there in case of that red card. In a high-profile match like this, between teams who are absolute studs, who can put the ball in the net at any given time, sometimes you want to take that over. Sometimes you want to take that both teams to score, but also in these top matches, sometimes you just want to abstain.
Okay, so number one, you just went legend again. It's like you have an alternator connected to you under the camera, right? Because once we turn you on, you just get more charged up. I absolutely love it. Dude, Bailey said, look at the big brains on Brad. Yes, absolutely. Dude, tell me you love your job without telling me you love your job. It's unbelievable. I think Jason said it best. He is AI. Oh my God, dude. Okay, number one, that was a great question and a phenomenal answer. So well done on that one. You know what I wish, God, I wish that we had like water boys to come over, like with the Gatorade bottles, like to just run in, or almost like NASCAR. Like when it's a pit stop, they come over, juice you up, get you ready to go. Oh, dude, appreciate you on that one, man. That one was massive, dude. That's awesome.
And to kind of close it out with Jason here, he said,
to close it out.
Does that mean no bets? I mean, yes, like kind of. You saw yesterday, the popular bet, the hottest bet for the UCL yesterday was both teams to score. Why would it not be? PSG concede like regularly, Arsenal score regularly, PSG score regularly, Arsenal have been conceding regularly. That's a match, a dream for that scenario. However, when you have this type of match, it's leg one. And what I mean with leg one is it doesn't get decided today. Regardless of what happens, 3-4, 5-0, it doesn't matter. There is 2 matches. So no matter what, Arsenal goes away to PSG now and only needs to overcome 1 goal in order to force overtime. That isn't, I would say, too difficult to achieve for any team in this stage of the competition. So if it's late in the game, maybe you don't see them push forward as much because it doesn't necessarily matter because it's not decided today. So if you have a bet, you could even be sitting there with the over 2.5, 2.75. You have both teams to score come in for 10, 15 minutes. And then you'll have both teams sit back, relax, and say, hey, let's just take this into leg 2, right? We're comfortable. Inter Milan, dream scenario, getting a tie, taking it back home to the San Siro, facing on Barcelona away from home. That is a dream scenario. So 0-0, 1-1. Expect that type of production from Inter if they can hold on. If not, and Barcelona are getting the edge, expect Barcelona to score and score and score. So it's very difficult. We don't necessarily know what product we're going to get. Could be 2 folds on that end. Whichever one wins out is the way it's going to go.
Well done. What was the phrase you just said? To the San Siro?
Oh, to the San Siro, which is the stadium. Excuse me.
That's a T-shirt right there. Say it one more time. To the what?
San Siro. Sansiro. It's a stadium split by the Milan clubs.
Beautiful. That's a T-shirt. That's absolutely going to be a T-shirt. So Andrew said, he said, well done. I'll have to resubmit my question. I saw you in here, buddy. For the Tigers against that rookie pitcher, someone brought up earlier, but all the lines are skewed except the first 5. Tigers minus half a run at plus 130. Thoughts? I actually like that better than playing the game, to be honest with you. If you've got a heavy pitching discrepancy, and look, why am I going to try to answer after what Brad just did? I'm not going to try to do that at all. But I will say, when you do have a large pitching discrepancy, such as you have here, I actually like playing the first 5 more than I like playing the entire game. The Tigers should have an absolute huge advantage in the first 5 innings of the game, and you don't have to worry about bullpens blowing it. You just need the Tigers to get started, all right? And nothing better than a rookie who's given up 9 bombs in AAA. He's even given up one over there down the street, Brad, from you over at the Sound Stadium. Hit it over in the bandbox. So there you go. I like the first 5, honestly, more than I like playing the entire game, especially when everything is juiced. Okay, Major League Baseball. So let's talk about weather, because wind yesterday was massive for us. Absolutely massive. Now, we have some wind, but nothing like we had yesterday. But we do have weather to talk about. So let's start here. Tigers and the Astros. Now, remember, The Astros play in a retractable, domed stadium. So it's going to be open. It's going to be during the day. Okay? We're just talking about the Tigers here. Look at the temperature. Look at the feels like. Okay? And again, you have big wind, but you have to knock that down. Like, don't look into that the same way you do of normal open air stadiums. Okay? Again, the roof will be open, but be careful there. But what you do have is temperature, all right, and humidity. It's going to be hot. It's going to feel hot. Imagine in your backyard right now, you have a 30,000 seat Major League Baseball retractable roof stadium. Okay? You can cut that air conditioning on, but you've got the entire top of it open. Go open your back door right now. Keep the house cold. It ain't easy to do. Temperature's getting in. So you're going to have temperature in this game. Okay? You're going to have some humidity in this game. So, again, you can't pay attention fully to these numbers, but you can in a way. I hope everyone understands what I'm saying here. Next game here. Marlins and the Dodgers. Again, wind 7 miles an hour blowing out. That's nice. It's not much. It's nothing that I would be banking bets off of standalone. But I will count it in when you have temperature and humidity together. And you have it here. Now, Los Angeles, not always known, as a North Florida swamp in the summer, right, of humidity. But you've got humidity out there, all right? Coming off the San Gabriel Mountains, all right? Get y'all set up. Nice playing today, okay? You've got nice weather. It's not great, but it's nice. You could definitely take advantage here. Yankees and the Orioles. Again, you see the wind blowing in 3.5 miles an hour. Absolutely does not matter. 3.5 mile an hour winds. That's like having a air conditioning on in the car. Okay? It's intelligible in regards to making a bet. But what is real, look at that temperature and feels like. Okay? You have humidity in Baltimore today. You have heat. 80 degrees. You'll feel 80 degrees. Absolutely, you'll feel 80 degrees. Especially when you get, there in the mid-Atlantic towards the Northeast. You have nice hitting conditions today. It's not what it was yesterday. We're not saying that by any means. But you do have really nice temperature and humidities here. Solid for the Yankees and the Orioles. Cardinals and the Reds. Okay. Now, this is, I believe, game 2. Okay. Wind, again, doesn't matter. 3 miles and blowing in, air conditioning in your car. But look at the feels like. You want to talk about humidity? Okay. Take a look at the precipitation. Okay. You see that 11% chance of rain. Likely not going to get anything. Maybe get a sprinkle. That's what that means. But look at what that rain cloud, that shelf sitting right over, all right, Great American Ballpark's going to do. Feels like is higher than the temperature. You have awesome humidity in this game. You're going to have the sun out 6 p.m., all right, and you're going to have humidity, man. Absolutely going to have. Now, take a look at game 1. It's not as great, but game 2 tonight, oh, man, you're going to have a lot of humidity. This is a game 2, where you could get some bombs. Royals and the Rays. Wind blowing in a little more than nothing. Not ever going to say that 8 miles an hour is nothing, but it's not big. All right. And it's dissipating as the game goes. But this is your best humidity game that you have out here. All right. Temperature, mid-80s. Feels like mid-80s. You have Florida humidity in this game today. It is going to feel like summer. It's going to look like summer. The game is at night. tonight, 7 p.m. You have awesome. And look, you're getting that humidity legit. No thunderstorm, rainstorms, anything to stop you. You got 0% chance. All right. But you have got humidity in this game today. Oh, that's why I'm all over that over 8. And there we go. All right. So that was our weather. And I'll pop back at it again. Royals and Rays, solid. Cardinals and Reds, game 2, very solid. Yankees and Orioles, solid. Marlins at Dodgers, good. Tigers at Astros, be careful. It's not the same when you have a retractable roof, but it ain't cold in Houston. I'll just tell you that. All right. So there you go. And again, you can have a retractable roof with it open. Buddy, go open your back door. All right. Tell me how quick the air conditioning goes out the back door and you start to feel it. You're like, oh, I must have a door open. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, now let's play a game here, Brad. A little home run game here. Here we go. Here are our top 5. Okay. Cal Raleigh, plus 245 of the Mariners. Marcell Ozuna of the Braves, plus 250. Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds, plus 275. Just talked about Houston. See him pictured there. Yordan Alvarez, plus 285. And then our man, Nolan Arenado of the Cardinals. Now, understand, Cardinals and the Reds, all right? Make sure that you have it aligned by game 1 or game 2. I have these for game 2 tonight, okay? But, again, doubleheader today, so you will have to adjust and make sure that you get the right numbers. So just wanted to say that. All right, those are our 5. Again, if you are brand new here, you could choose from one of these 5. Drop that in the chat now, or you can go off the board and let us know who you have got. All right, Brad, where you going, buddy?
I'm going to go Yordan Alvarez. Give me one deep from Yordan, baby.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice. You know what? I'm going to go Cal Raleigh. I'm going to go Cal Raleigh plus 245. Nobody's really talking about that Mariners game, but I'm going to go Raleigh. Now, I'll also say this, all right, and Liddy brings up a good point too. Going off the board, Aaron Judge, a great play. Absolutely a great play. I mean, Aaron Judge almost any day is a great play. You know who else is a good play today? And mark my words on this one now. Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso of the Mets has a very, very good shot at hitting a home run today. Like, I almost had him on here, but I feel like with Judge and with Alonso, we put him on here a lot, right? So I do like to mix it up a bit, but yeah, man. Like, Aaron Judge is absolutely mashing, all right? Pete Alonso is absolutely mashing. Marcell Ozuna is so freaking overdue. So freaking overdue. Look, Andrew said it. Look, yeah, the books caught us on it. Ozuna books catch up. Walk is minus 122 base. Yep, I know. They caught us on it, man. Little Al's going Ellie De La Cruz. I love it. Absolutely love it. Reds Cardinals game could be a laser show. It could be solid. So, all right, those are our 5. Again, Brad, who do you have?
Oh, Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan. I love that. Yeah. I hate that the Astros, that they got a new corporate sponsor for their stadium. And I can't even pronounce what it is, but forever it was Minute Maid Park, right? So it was the big juice box. Like, dude, that was such a great, like, it was so good. It was so good. But then again, I'm not spending $400 million on sponsoring. So you know what? I can't spend other people's money. But the big juice box was solid. I liked it. Jonathan Archer says, my man, Aaron Judge has 23 career home runs at Camden Yards. Damn. Okay. That is a stat right there. Jonathan, my boy. Yeah, my boy. Dude, well done. Okay. Now let's get into our hitting information for today. Matty, I said it's still Minute Maid to me. Same with Miller. Yeah. In Milwaukee, 100%, man. Yeah. Okay, so this is our hitter versus pitcher historicals based off of home runs. these are hitters career all time against said pitchers. So we've got it designated by home runs total. Alejandro Kirk against Giolito of the Red Sox. 3 home runs, 4 hits off of 11 at bats. Look at Pete Alonso. Now, he is going up against Corbin Burns, but 15 at bats, 6 hits, 3 bombs. Like, not many people have numbers like that against Burnsy, right? Kevin Pillar, his name pops up a lot against Luis Severino. 18 at bats, 2 home runs, 5 hits right there. And you can go down the list. Nolan Arenado against Andrew Abbott. 13 at bats, 6 hits, 2 home runs. Again, you're seeing a decent amount of Blue Jays that are on here. You're also seeing some Cardinals, right? Nolan Gorman against Abbott there. Wyatt Langford, again, this dude is all over. Did you see the Rangers scored 15 runs yesterday and 0 home runs? Talk about hitting. Absolutely got after it, man. So, yeah, Wyatt Langford there. Aaron Judge, you see him against Cade Povich. He has 1 at bat, 1 hit, 1 home run, and 2 walks. I do not know what the numbers are on Aaron Judge a walk, but that might not be a bad play either. You could hit both, but it's a good insurance play. Cal Raleigh, 10 at bats, 2 hits, 1 home run right there. So that is designated by home runs. Let's flip it over here. All right. And we took the inverse of home runs. All right. Set them at 0, but doesn't mean that we're fading the hitters. Look at Freddie Freeman against Cal Quantrill. 15 at bats, 8 hits. All right. And 3 walks. Freddie's been after it. Stephen Kwan against Pablo Lopez. 14 at bats, 7 hits. All right. Hitting 500 against your boy. All 14 at bats. Jose Ramirez against Pablo Lopez. 19 at bats, 7 hits. Solid. All right. Then you start seeing the Mets. Brandon Nimmo. All right. Against Burns. 6 hits off 15. Francisco Lindor. 6 hits off 18. You notice Burns, he doesn't throw a lot of walks there. Ellie De La Cruz. All right. 4 hits off of 11 at bats. And you can see it. You can read it. Even Vladdy making the list there. But you are seeing Corbin Burns popping up on this one. You're also seeing Pablo Lopez pop up on this one as well. Z Money said, I've been playing Aaron Judge singles a ton. 1+ hit is -270. A single is +110. Dude just gets it done. Singles in 6 of the last 8. I'm glad that you just said that because you're exactly right. Let's go over to our current hitting streaks in Major League Baseball. Bobby Witt got it done again last night. He has a hit in 20 straight games. That's right. Not a typo. 20 straight games. Bobby Witt has gotten a hit. Gavin Lux, 12 straight games. Ellie De La Cruz, 12 straight games. Aaron Judge, as you just mentioned, Z-Money, 10 straight games. Wilson Contreras, 10 straight games. Alex Bregman, 9 straight games. All right, keep going down the list. I won't read them off, all of them, because who wants to hear that when you could just look and see that? But again, Teoscar Hernandez, 8 straight games. Andy Pages, 7 straight games. There you go. All right. Now, Bobby Witt, okay, of the Royals. Does he keep it going today?
Yes, absolutely. Let's throw Gavin and Bobby Witt into a parlay. What does that pay?
Yeah, what does that pay? Dude, I mean, it's amazing. Like, he's absolutely crushing it, dude. And he gets it done, too. Like, there have been sweats in getting these. You know what I mean? Like, you've had to wait a couple times to get it in the 7th or the 8th inning, man. But, yeah. And, again, I'm on that Royals Rays over 8. Absolutely can't wait. But, yeah, I mean, are we riding Bobby Witt, like, as a show to get a hit? I don't know what the juice is. Trivia, what is the record for the most consecutive games hitting streak? I know the answer, but I'm not going to put it out there because it's a good question. But it's a big-ass number. And it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Mario, I miss your dude. In 5. Yeah. Oh, TJ. Yeah. There we go. Oh, TJ said they're coming to there we go. I love it, man. Bobby and Lux, 1+ hit, minus 116. Parlayed together. There we go. Andrew said, I believe this is Bobby Witt by himself, minus 285 to get a hit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Drop in your thoughts on Liddy's trivia question because it's awesome. It's a big number. Like that's what's crazy is that you look at it next to Bobby Witt, who's got 20 straight games. Oh my goodness, man. Yep. DiMaggio. Yep. Absolutely, my friend. Father Whale 823 is all over it, man. It is. 56 straight games with it. Like, dude, 20 is amazing. 56. Good God. Like, it's just insane, man. Like, it's just absolutely insane, dude. Crazy. All right. I believe that's all that we have for baseball. Yep, got our home runs. Got it. All right. Let's get our picks up one more time and we will get out of here. Brad, start us off, buddy. What you got?
We're headed to English League One, England League One this afternoon in a match between Mansfield and Peterborough, taking that over 2.75 Asian total, minus 140. 3 goals gives us a half cash. 4 goals cashes us in full.
There we go. Beautiful work. All right. Braves over 1.5 home runs, minus 105. Royals and Rays over 8, minus 115. And Luka Doncic of the Lakers over 3.5 threes at minus 120. Now, to end it properly, all right, our Howie Schwab crew play of the day, we have a tie. The Warriors plus 4.5 is at 31%. The Timberwolves plus 5.5 is at 31%. Absolutely tied right there for both road teams getting the points. Third place, Lakers minus 5.5 at 26%. And then last, the Rockets minus 4.5 at 12%. So there are your choices for today. Brad, any final thoughts before we get out of here, buddy?
Only final thought I have when I answer a question from the chat. In this match today, high-profile match, AB, I know everybody's looking at in Latvia. It's a match between Tukums and, I can't even say this, it's Daugavpils? Brutal. Daugavpils. Horror. I have no idea. Anyway,
Is that English? Like, yeah.
It's not. It's Latvian, so who knows? Tukums, though, they are a conceding team. They've conceded 19 of 22 regular goals in that match. However, they're not necessarily a scoring team, just 12 of their last 20, so just above 50%. And that's against all those teams. So they do feed on the bottom teams. Typically, they are at home. I do kind of expect them to score, especially because the team on the away end, they are a scorer, 12 straight, 22 of 30. So regular scoring and regular conceding as well. It's 26 of 32 for them away end. However, when you look at this matchup history, 5 of 8 have hit BTTS and 7 of 8 have hit over 2.5. So if you're going to be leaning into a bet in that match, not the BTTS, it's more of the over 2.5.
Beautiful work, my friend. Everybody's giving you love. They're like, oh, here we go. He's turned on again.
Here we go again.
Yep. Somebody crank that car up. The alternator's on. We're charging. Let's go. Oh, man, dude, you're a beauty, bro. Oh, man. All right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. With more NBA, we'll jump into player props, etc., and more Major League Baseball. But, yeah, everybody, have a wonderful day at work. No meetings. All right, feel free to tell your boss that I said meetings are for sucks. All right, don't like them at all. They're a big waste of time. But don't tell your boss that because we want you to have a job tomorrow and be able to go to work and pay bills and have food and, purchase goods and services. Always good for everybody. So, my man, Brad, everybody have a wonderful day. Best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you this afternoon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us?